So we have your makeup all sorted out. We are now going to move on to doing your hair. Now, do you have any ideas of what exactly you're looking for style-wise? So something a little out there. Well, we're not talking ridiculously extreme. You're wanting more like Hollywood red carpet kind of style. And are you wanting it to be up or down? Okay. Well, we could do a nice bouncy blowout kind of look. We're not actually going to use a hairdryer only because your hair is already dry, but what I will do is curl the hair and then put some velcro rollers in. We'll clip them in place so they will stay for 20-ish minutes, and then when we take them out you'll have some nice big bouncy curls, and we could maybe style it by clipping one side behind the ear. Yeah? Okay, well, let's get started doing that for you then. I'm just going to pop a cape on you to start with, okay? Just make sure there's no hair on it. Okay, pop the chin up for me. Okay, let's bring this around here. If you want, with where we said about the part that's going to be behind the ear, we could do a nice braid. Do you have a side of your face that you prefer? Okay. Yeah. So you'd prefer it this side? That's fine. I mean, I think each side of your face is equally beautiful. Yeah, you have such symmetry in your face. Okay. Now, so we have the cape on. I am going to put a towel just over the top and tuck that into your collar here. Yeah, whilst you were taking your rest break, so when I made you that coffee, after I did your makeup, I did manage to find the time to dye my hair and also change my outfit as well. I just fancied being a bit fresher when you're in the company of someone so physically beautiful. You have to kind of step up your game a little bit, you know. Okay, right, let's put some heat protectant in. I'm also going to put a styling cream in as well. We'll leave the oil for after we've taken the curls out. Yeah. You need to brush your hair out as well. Excuse me there, just hit you with my nail. Okay, let's grab my brush here. Okay. I'm just going to pop the styling cream in now as well. Do you know what I've recently been doing actually? I have a fairly expressive face, so quite often when I'm talking I'm fairly animated with both my hands but also my eyebrows. So I bought these frownies that you wear at night time, and I know it doesn't remove the lines in your forehead, but it kind of almost trains your face not to be so I'm not really sure the correct way of wording it, but I also sometimes I do that and I get those lines between my eyebrows. I'm fine with having lines, I'm not fussed about that because I think it shows more character than when someone's face is completely frozen. Not that I see anything wrong with that, I'm sure. When I'm a little older I may consider those kinds of things, but yeah, it kind of stopped me from frowning as much. It's weird how those things work. It could be psychosomatic, where I'm just because I'm wearing it, I'm like, oh no, now my face is like this. But yeah, okay. I'm just going to part your hair here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do first is just brush your hair back, and then I'm going to ask you to give your head a bit of a wiggle, and then we can work with where it wants to part naturally. Yeah, they're called frownies. I've only just recently started to take skincare a bit more seriously. When I say recently, I do literally mean the last few weeks. Okay. Alright, now when we're talking like those big blowout curls, are you wanting me to part the hair and do 2 layers, or are we able to work with the hair as is? So I will make sections. We will curl the hair and then pop the roller in. I do have different size rollers, so maybe more so around the face where you have slight layering. We could use a smaller roller. Okay, so I'll start working more towards the back of your head, and I will do slightly bigger rollers so they look like this. Yes, and then when we get more so towards the front pieces, I'll use these. Okay, not a trouble. Right, let me just switch these on, put them to the right temperature, get them ready. Okay. So I'm just going to section here and take a back piece. Okay. Just make sure they're warm enough. to do with a blowout curl is change the direction of the curl. So I will do one facing away, one facing towards, but when we do get to the face, I will have the curls going towards your face rather than away. It just creates that look. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Did that the wrong way. Yeah, we kind of want the curl to be quite loose. Okay, now we'll do this front piece. And we'll use the smaller roller here. Okay, that is one side done. Now we'll only need to do 3 on this side if we are doing the braid. Are you sure you still want me to do that for you? Okay, I'm just going to turn your head slightly, alright? Just makes it a bit easier for me then. over this way. Put a clip in there. Sorry. Okay, now just before I do your braid, I'm going to pop some hairspray in the rollers. And I will cover that piece of hair because I don't want it to get crispy. Have you ever heard of hair tinsel? Well, what I thought, just to make it a little different, if we put some clips of hair tinsel just to go through the braid, we can do it so the tinsel is similar colour to your hair, but when it's night time, and if you do have any photos taken with the flash, it will just, I think it will look really pretty, but it's up to you. Yeah? You trust me? I'm very happy to hear that. Okay, so let me just, it's in one of these bags. That looks like regular extensions. Maybe this one. Here we go. I've got them in so many different colours. I've got to find the best one. Maybe that one. Oh, that one's better. But I think we do have one that's closer. You know what? I think this one is going to work better. Although it is only just slightly lighter than your hair colour, I think the effect it's going to give is going to be really lovely. Okay, so with these, they are like nano clips. So we clamp them into the hair. They are really easy to remove, so don't worry about that. But it just means instead of a strip with the slider clip in it, it's a little more discreet. So I'm just going to take pieces of hair and use these clamps just to clamp that into place. We're not using too much, it is going to be very subtle. and I think one more. And then let's move this back over so we can kind of see what it looks like. I think it looks really good already. Yeah, I do just need to move your head again, sorry sweetheart. Okay, let me do this braid. So it's kind of like a French style braid, so we're going to start off with a smaller amount of hair, and each time we're going to take more hair. Okay, so I've put a small rubber band on the end which you can cut out at the end of the evening, and once we've taken the rollers out we'll be able to have or I'll be able to show you how I'm going to clip it. I'm almost going to clip the end of the braid under your hair, like around here, so no one's going to see the end of the braid. Okay, right, we'll give the rollers just one more minute and then we'll take them out, because like I said, we don't want the curl to be too tight because it is more of a blowout look than like a really bouncy curl. It's a shame the weather's been so miserable at the moment. Yeah. I'm looking forward to spring and having some more. I don't mind the cold weather, I just prefer it when there's blue skies. When it's grey and miserable and cold, it's kind of like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed today. Yeah. I was thinking about it the other day, on places that have polar nights where it's just dark all the time. The closest I've come to experiencing that is when I went to Finland. So we went to Levi. I'm not sure if that's the correct way of saying it. And the time that we went, it kind of got dark around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And that was an interesting experience. It kind of does mess up with your circadian rhythm, so you want to go to bed a lot earlier. But I would be very interested in experiencing a polar night. Or the opposite, where it's light all the time. I'd be really intrigued of experiencing that as well, just the difference it can make in the way that you feel, and how how present you are mentally and physically. Okay, I'm going to start taking these out now. I have been lucky enough to go on some fantastic holidays or trips. I've experienced a lot of cultures and I'm very grateful for that, and I always have a lust for experiencing cultures. I do equally love sitting on a beach and doing nothing. But yeah, it's very interesting. Okay, now I'm going to, like I say, pop some oil in. Just to kind of take out any of the crispiness from the hairspray we put in, which we will be putting more in, but I'm going to use more of a looser hold hairspray. You know what I think it is when my parents divorced, I think my dad felt more of a responsibility to give my brother and I, the time that we spent with him, more of an experience. But also an educational experience as well. Yeah, we went to Kenya one year. We did a safari, but we also did volunteering, so it was all very eye-opening. Okay. Right, now I'm going to just take this braid and just lift your hair up at the back here and use some clips to keep that in place. I think that should be good. Does it feel loose at all? Does that feel like it's going to come out? Okay. Right. Okay, now, do you know what I actually forgot to do when we did your makeup? Is put some setting spray on your face. Do you want a matte finish or more of a dewy look? Okay. Close your eyes. Now I need you to be really careful when you're taking your, or when you're getting dressed into whatever your outfit is going to be, both of the face and the hair. Do you have anyone that can help you? Yeah, it's just when you're, sorry, I've got hair on my lip, when you're pulling anything up over the top or down. Okay. Okay, well I think we are all done. Are you happy with how everything's turned out? Good. Now what I just want to do very quickly is take a couple of pictures of you. Okay. if you just kind of look at the wall behind. Actually, when I'm here, look at the camera. It's this one. Okay. Good. Okay, well, you're all done. I'm not going to give you a hug or a kiss goodbye because I don't want to ruin anything that we've done, but it was a pleasure seeing you. It always is a pleasure seeing you, and I hope I get to see you very soon. Alrighty.